Hello! This is where I think Will Ospreay will be heading in 2024. January 1st is when MJF's contract expires. Now, I believe he already re-signed with AEW, and I think that's the best option that MJF can do right now for him and his career. Now, Will Ospreay's contract expires February 2024. Now, there's already pretty much been a bidding war ever since he announced that his contract expires. Leading up to Forbidden Door, he did a promo against Chris Jericho and he basically stated his contract was expiring, but also what was important to him. And the number one thing that he highlighted was his stepson. Will Ospreay absolutely adores his family. He also wants to be close to home. Right now, he currently resides in New Japan, which is why he is with New Japan, and he didn't want to work in the States because that's going to take him away from his home, from his family. And his current New Japan contract, he can have everything he wants. He can work indie promotions, he can work in the States whenever he wants to. Right now, he does have something that is extremely suitable for Will Ospreay. But Will Ospreay credits a lot to his passion for wrestling, to TNA Impact. He also credits a lot of it to AJ Styles. And AJ Styles is somebody who has rejected the WWE in the past. And the reason why he rejected the WWE was because his wife wanted to pursue her dream of becoming a teacher, and he didn't want to get in the way of that, which is why he rejected the WWE. So it seems like Will Ospreay is really following AJ Styles' footsteps. Now, if he really wants to make a mark like AJ Styles, I believe TNA Impact will be the best promotion for him. He will immediately be a top star. He will be the face of the company, and TNA, at the moment, I believe TNA can afford Will Ospreay. Now, it just depends on what kind of trajectory TNA is going towards. Hopefully, they do change networks, and hopefully, they do bring in more eyes to the promotion, because somebody like Will Ospreay deserves millions of viewers. If you haven't seen Will Ospreay before, you've definitely heard of Will Ospreay. His athleticism is prolific, his in-ring storytelling is compelling. Everything about Will Ospreay speaks top talent. And when it comes to AEW, although he still will be able to do whatever outside work he wants to do outside of the AEW promotion, he will be able to do. I think currently, right now, I don't think AEW would be the best option for Will Ospreay. Just because I prefer AEW over WWE, that does not mean that WWE is not the better promotion. I'd be lying to you if I said AEW is doing better than the WWE, because they're not. And lately, AEW has been extremely goofy. So for me, where Will Ospreay decides to go, whether he re-signs with New Japan, whether he goes to AEW, TNA, or WWE, I will still support Will Ospreay, because at the end of the day, Will Ospreay is doing what's important to Will freaking Ospreay. I was introduced to Will Ospreay in 2020. Ever since then, I was instantly captivated by who he was as a person and as a wrestler. I've seen every single interview podcast he's been in. Test me, I do not care. When I do not care. When I have my favorites, I literally watch everything about them and I try to get to know them as much as possible. People think that Will Ospreay will get lost in the shuffle when it comes to the WWE, but I think he'll get lost in the shuffle in AEW. Someone who does prefer to watch AEW, am I going to be upset if he shows up in AEW? No, I'm going to mark my little ass off. The ass that I don't have, I am going to mark out. Now, the company that I think Will Ospreay should say yes to is the WWE. More so, I understand that Will Ospreay has cringed at WWE promos, WWE matches whenever he's asked about the WWE. He seems a little rubbish about it, and he's been open about being on the spectrum. I feel like when it comes to his creative mind, they might butt heads, but we are in an era where Triple H is in charge. And I feel like when a top talent like Will Ospreay, Triple H will have some more wiggle room for top talent to be in charge of their own creative stories, in their own matches, and in their own creative ways of the direction that they want to take their character or story. Will Ospreay is 30. He isn't the safest wrestler in the world. We do know that his style of wrestling does promote a lot of injuries, so him being 30 now, I think it would be perfect for him to go to the WWE. I don't think he's terrible on the mic whatsoever. And now to get him to the next level, I think NXT will shape him, and that is where the WWE has an upper hand, because Will Ospreay can easily be the face of that NXT brand. And as much as I do want to see him in TNA Impact and in AEW, even though I don't think he should go to AEW, selfishly, as a little idiotic mark, I watch a lot of AEW television, but if you have Will Ospreay in anything in WWE, believe me, it will bring in eyes. It will bring in a fan base that maybe the WWE lost to AEW, because I know there's this weird thing about tribalism with wrestling fans, which I don't get. Promotions are delivering a good product. Wrestling fans should just be happy because you're being blessed by multiple promotions. My final analysis of Will Ospreay. I want him to go to the WWE, but I think he will end up in TNA Impact, and I definitely do not think he should go to AEW. But if he does, like I said, I will 100% support Will freaking Ospreay, because he is the Billy Goat, bruv.